On a similar note, President William Ruto is now in the firing line as legislators turn guns on him and his broad-based partner, ODM leader Raila Odinga, over his comments that Parliament is a haven of corruption. The members of Parliament are now demanding that he must be summoned before the August House to adduce evidence of his accusations against Parliament. As Jeff Kirui reports, the corruption allegations threatens the cooperation deal between President William Ruto and Raila Odinga, as the deal banks on Parliament to pass key legislation to anchor the cooperation heading to the 2027 polls.
The inaugural parliamentary group meeting between President William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza and Raila Odinga's ODM party to chart the path to 2027 elections started on the wrong footing. Raila Odinga's claims of corruption in Parliament, reinforced by President William Ruto's confirmation, has set the two principles against legislators who are now demanding that the President appears before Parliament to provide evidence over the damaging revelations that places the legislature at the center of extortion and corruption.
Article 125 gives us the power to compel the appearance of any person before this committee, any person, including the President, who is making allegations of unethical conduct on the part of Parliament.
The admission by the head of state has set the executive and the legislature on a collision path. The accusations place the blame squarely on the leadership of the bicameral parliament, led by Speakers Moses Wetangula in the National Assembly and his Senate counterpart Amason Kingi, who are faced with the tough balancing act of either siding with members of parliament who elected them or the executive who equally wield immense influence over their fate.
The Speaker must defend his institution. He is the head of the House. Our leadership, the majority and minority leader, they should not go to those meetings to just make jokes about welfare. They should defend the institution and call out the hypocrites who are pointing fingers at Parliament, and yet we know they are the originators of corruption in this country.
We are not the ones who are weak. It is our speakers who are not doing what they are supposed to do, Chair.
Both speakers of the House must be put on notice that they are working on a very dangerous path. And members are thinking otherwise, that if this accountability is taken a notch higher, they might become the casualties of what is happening. And they will go before we go.
The members are now challenging President William Ruto to act and name parliamentarians involved in the extortion ring, having been outright that he has raw intelligence to back his accusations.
The latest Sokohuru in the Senate. By virtue of the position I hold today, I am a consumer of raw intelligence. I know what's going on. Where does somebody find 150 million? Is that his money? That is money that belongs to the county.
This committee was specifically singled out. They say we are the rent seekers in the Senate. Chair, if you don't defend us today, we are willing to move a motion of your removal. Today. Because we cannot continue like this. If somebody has any evidence, let them present it.
Who are those people who are demanding bribes? Who are those people who are given bribes? Because you cannot try Parliament in a kangaroo court when statute already has clear provisions for dealing with unethical conduct on the part of members of National Assembly or members of the Senate.
Let the President, because he's a consumer of intelligence, bring forward the names or those who have issues of corruption be prosecuted in court of law.
President William Ruto's accusation of corruption against the legislature now breeds bad blood between the two arms of government, pitting the August House and the executive, threatening the broad-based cooperation that President William Ruto and Raila Odinga are forming ahead of the 2027 general election. Jeff Kirui, KTN.
Well, you know what they say in legal proceedings, the burden of proof lies with the accuser. Let's wait and see. Meanwhile,